2025 is now called to order, and we'll start with the introduction of panel members. I am Kathleen McColgan, Revenue Commissioner. Law Representative, please introduce yourself.
I am Frances Beckley, Revenue Chief Counsel, designee for the Law Department. And I pass it on to the designee from Finance.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Josefina Revalo, representing the Finance Department.
Thank you. City Council? Controller's Office?
Hi, Charles Leclerc, Deputy City Controller, representing City Controller's Office.
Okay, thank you, Charles. Just give me a moment to see if we have somebody from City Council on. Good morning, Helen. Are you representing City Council on the Accounts Review panel this morning?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, first I'd like to extend my appreciation to the panel members and my gratitude to the Revenue Financial team for assembling the report, and to all agency staff who provided the receivable information, and to everyone attending today to respond to questions from the panel. I do want to remind everyone that only panel members participate when a vote is called, and I ask everyone to mute themselves if you're not speaking. The first order of business is the nomination of the panel chair.
I move that the Revenue Commissioner serve as panel chair. Do I have a second?
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? The Revenue Commissioner is unanimously appointed.
Okay, thank you, Francis. I accept the nomination. The next order of business is the nomination of the recording secretary. I would like to nominate Frances Beckley. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Anyone against? Okay. Everyone should have a copy of the charge-off report and a copy of my letter. Both were attached to the meeting invite. I'm going to read the letter for the record. Thanks, Rebecca. The attached annual accounts review panel agenda and supporting statements reflect receivables that are recommended for charge-off. This recommendation is made in accordance with the principles set forth in statement number 1 by the National Council on Governmental Accounting as adopted by the Governmental Accounting Standards Board. It is emphasized that this charge-off is for financial statement presentation purposes, and the proposal does not cancel any taxpayer liabilities nor delete liens recorded with the court. Moreover, the charge-off has no immediate impact on enforcement measures to recover delinquent taxes. The purpose of the annual charge-off is to ensure that both the city and the school district receivables reflect their net realizable values. Consistent with our established practice, the self-assessed tax receivables are exclusively comprised of arrearages that extend beyond the statute of limitations. The enforcement procedures covering those taxes will remain in force, notwithstanding the reduction of receivable balances for financial statement presentation purposes. The agency receivable facet of the charge-off consists of license and inspection charges and miscellaneous balances from various other departments that are deemed uncollectible. All accounts charged off because of this recommendation are subject to reversal and reinstatement if circumstances make them collectible. Okay, I'm just going to briefly go over the structure of today's meeting. I will ask Paul Danella, Deputy of Taxes and Fees, to read each charge off. Panel members will then have the opportunity to ask questions. Once answered, the panel members are satisfied, I will call for a vote. Panel members will respond with a, nay, or abstain. Paul, will you please read the first charge off?
Sure. Real estate taxes. These accounts represent real estate tax for the city and the school district. The total proposed charge-off amount for tax year 2015 is $8,797,374, which represents receivables aged in the past 10 years. Tax rates for 2015 were 0.6018% city and 0.7382% school. Distribution is 44.91% city and 55.09% school. The proposed charge-offs are $3,950,901 for the city portion and $4,846,473 for the school portion.
Thank you. Are there any questions about the proposed charge off? Okay, hearing none, we'll take a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any against? Those abstaining?
The Controllers Office abstains.
Thank you. Go ahead, Paul.
Self-assessed city and school taxes. These accounts represent taxes reported by the taxpayer. The charge-off amount represents fiscal year 2019, which represents receivables aged in the past 6 years. The proposed charge-off is $34,408,495. The proposed charge-off total is comprised of $27,962,158 in self-assessed taxes receivable and $6,446,337 in school district taxes receivable.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Charles?
Yes, the charge-off amount for this year, 34,408,000 and change. It's significantly higher than last year, close to like a 10.5 million increase. Could somebody explain like what the reason for the increase in the charge-off?
Paul?
Sure. A large portion of that is BERT taxes, and BERT is just by its nature a variable tax. It fluctuates quite a bit from year to year. It also could be the result of audit and discovery projects, and 2019 taxes were due in 2020, which is the COVID year, which also affects things.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Charles. Okay, any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those against? Those abstaining?
Controllers Office abstains.
Thank you.
Office of Administrative Review, alarms. These accounts represent fines for false alarm activations exceeding the 2 false alarms per registration year. The charge-off represents additional receivables aged past 36 months. The proposed charge-off is $1,307,250. Sweeps. These accounts represent fines issued for infractions of the Philadelphia Code that cover personal conduct, for example, smoking on public transit, or minor property owner violations, for example, high weeds, failure to recycle, and litter. The charge-off represents additional receivables aged past 36 months. The proposed charge-off is $5,455,936. Burglar alarm registration fees. These accounts represent annual charges for burglar alarm systems. The charge-off represents additional receivables aged past 36 months. The proposed charge-off is $2,037,791.
Thank you. Are there any questions about the proposed charge-offs?
Yes.
Charles?
Yes, on the sweeps, similar to it's a big fluctuation from last year's 900 thousand to 5.4 million. Could we get an explanation why the significant increase in this charge off?
Hey, Paul, are you taking that or are we asking one of the agencies?
Sure, I can do that. Office of Administrator Review reports that it's a 36-month look-back window. There was little, and in some cases, no violations issued through 2021. 2020, 2021, this was due to COVID. So 23 and 24, the numbers were very down, but collections went back up in 22, and this is reflected in the 2025 totals.
Okay. 2025 totals. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other questions? Okay, hearing none, I will take the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All those against? Those abstaining?
Controller's office abstains.
Okay, thank you.
Fire Department Emergency Medical Services. These amounts represent charges to individuals who were provided with emergency medical services by emergency medical personnel. The total charge-off amount of $226,398,046 represents adjustments for the variance between billed amounts versus insurance payments received for fiscal year 2025. This amount includes $289,523 in closed accounts, $52,764,693 for bad debt, aged accounts receivable for 2025, and $173,343,830 for actual insurance adjustments.
Thank you. Are there any questions about the proposed charge-offs? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor? Aye.
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 All those against? Those abstaining?
Controller's office abstains.
Licenses and inspections. Clean and seal. These accounts represent claims for expenditures by the city for cleaning and sealing condemned properties for protection of public health and safety. These accounts have liens imposed upon them. The charge-off amounts represent fiscal year 2024. The proposed charge-off is $340,281. Community Life Improvement Program. These accounts represent claims for expenditures by the city relating to the Community of Life Improvement Program. The work is done only after the property owner has refused to correct the problem. These accounts have liens imposed upon them. The charge-off amount represents fiscal year 2024. The proposed charge-off is $1,349,779. Other nuisance liens. These accounts represent claims for the expenditures by the city regarding demolition, site improvement, sealing, stucco, and asbestos work. These accounts have liens imposed upon them. The charge-off amount represents fiscal year 2024. The proposed charge-off is $11,635,307.
Thank you. Are there any questions about the proposed charge-off? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Those against? Those abstaining?
Controller's office abstains.
Solid resource fee. These accounts represent charges on any commercial establishment or multi-unit property receiving city collection of rubbish and recycling materials. The charge-off amount represents receivables aged past 6 years, which relates to fiscal year 2019. The proposed charge off is $1,894,217.
Are there any questions about the proposed charge off? All those in favor? Aye.
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 Those against? Those abstaining?
Controller's office abstains.
Police overtime. These accounts represent charges to outside organizations for work performed by the police department. The charge-off amount represents fiscal year 2019. The proposed charge-off is $154,323.
Are there any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All those against? Those abstaining?
Controller's office abstains.
Register of wills. These accounts represent probate fees based on estimates of decedent's assets. When the true value of assets is finally determined, the probate fees are adjusted. The proposed charge-off is $25,774, representing the amount due for fiscal year 2025.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Okay, hearing none. Are there all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Those abstaining? I'm sorry, those against? Those abstaining?
Controller's office abstains.
Courts, First Judicial District of PA, Clerk of Courts. These accounts represent fines and other charges collected by the courts of the First Judicial District, excluding traffic court, that are due to the city. The total write-off of $3,363,070 represents the total fiscal year 2025.
Are there any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those against? Those abstaining?
Controller's office abstains.
Aviation Fund. These accounts represent receivables from marginal carriers that no longer use the airport's facilities and are out of business. The proposed charge-off for fiscal year 2025 is $9,003.
Thank you. Are there any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Those against? Those abstaining?
Controller's office abstains.
Hotel Rental Tax Fund. These accounts represent the hotel tax on short-term rentals. The charge-off amount represents fiscal year 2019. The proposed charge-off is $102,627.
Are there any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Those against? Those abstaining?
Controller's office abstains.
Vehicle rental tax. These accounts represent the vehicle rental tax on vehicle rentals. The charge-off amount represents fiscal year 2019. The proposed charge-off is $790.
Are there any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Those against? Those abstaining?
Controller's office abstaining.
Water Fund. The Water Fund submits the following categories of delinquent and uncollectible water fund accounts receivable, herein totaling $13,071,842 to the accounts receivable panel for exclusion from the water fund statements. The total includes $3,415,717 pre-petition bankruptcy balances, $287 in low-income arrearages, and $9,655,838 in delinquent accounts over 1 year old.
Thank you. Are there any questions?
No.
All those in favor? Aye.
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 Those against? Those abstaining?
Controller's office abstains.
Okay. That was the last charge off for fiscal year 2025. And so the charge off is approved unless anyone has any additional questions that we can respond to. Okay, I'm going to thank you all for participating again. Today's meeting is adjourned. Have a great
Thank
day.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
great day,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Thank you.